Today you are going to write out 4 example antecedent phrases. We're going to be using F-pentatonic. Pentatonic means 5 sounds. We will only use F, G, A, C, and D on our compositions. Remember that antecedent phrases come before, consequent phrases come after. In our phrases, we will use more steps, repeats, and skips, and fewer leaps. I've given you the first and last note for each example for our phrases. We're going to start on pitch 1, which is F for F pentatonic. The first example is going to end on pitch G, which is pitch number 2 of the scale. We're going to change that first one to a quarter note. Please do so on your paper. And then I'm going to give you the next steps. First, you're going to compose your melody as only quarter notes. We'll change the rhythm later. I'm going to compose using steps and some skips. We are using F pentatonic, so I may only use these pitches. Now I have my melody written out in quarter notes. If you would like, go ahead and label your letters and scale degree numbers underneath. After you have your melody composed, we want to add in some additional rhythms to make the melody more interesting. I'm going to change 2 of my quarter notes into eighth notes. 1 quarter note is worth 2 eighth notes. So what I need to do is I'm going to draw a second G. I'm going to choose my second note of the melody, add a second G, and then beam them together. 1, 2, 3, 4 beats in the measure, and then bar line for our 4/4 time. I'm going to do the same thing on my melody over here. Add another note, beam them together to make 2 eighth notes of the same pitch. This scale ended on pitch 2. This example is going to end on pitch 5. I've given you the first note, turn it into a quarter note. The last note of the example, turn it into a quarter note. And then I'm going to compose my melody. This one will be a little bit different. One, 2, 3, 4 beats, bar line. 1, 2, 3, 4 beats, bar line, for example 2. I'm going to add in my scale degrees and letter numbers. I want to change some of my rhythms to some eighth notes. 1 quarter equals 2 eighths. I'll change A to 2 eighth notes, and I will change C to 2 eighth notes. I'll change this C to 2 eighth notes, and this A to 2 eighth notes. And now I have my second melody. 4, I'm going to jump to my 4th example. I'm starting on pitch F, which is our first scale degree. This time I'm ending on the low C. With pentatonic, I have low C as well as high C for a composition. So I'm going to compose a third melody here and end on low C this time. Start with 4 quarter notes for 4/4 time. Label, hand number. Change to eighth notes. First one and the third beat, eighth notes. Now do the same thing over here. 1 quarter note turns into 2 eighth notes. There is 3 examples of the antecedent phrase. We start on 1 and end on 2. We start on 1 and end on 5 up high. We start on 1 and end on 5 down low, using only our F pentatonic notes.